Tracy Alinka of Chaos to Clarity. Over the last several weeks, we've talked a lot about social networking and privacy. We've gone over LinkedIn privacy settings and Facebook privacy settings. Today, I'm going to go over Twitter privacy settings. So once you log into your Twitter account, you need to go to the top right-hand corner and click on Settings. That'll take you to your account settings page. You need to scroll down to the bottom. The first thing you need to pay attention to is whether geotagging is enabled. By default, it's not. Geotagging is basically just attaching locational information to your tweets. So if you don't want anyone to know where you're tweeting from, then you need to make sure that's disabled. The main way you can protect your privacy on Twitter is to protect your tweets. And so you would just protect your tweets and then click save. I don't want to do that because I don't want to protect my tweets. Protecting your tweets means that only people you choose can see your tweets. So, and you can follow anybody you want that doesn't have their tweets protected, but only people that you've chosen can protect your to see your tweets. So what that means is, I'm going to take you to our follower page, and we have one person here following us. I don't know who they are, that is protecting their tweets, and I know they're protecting their tweets because they have a padlock next to their name. So I click on their Twitter handle and I see that their page is protected, and then if I want to follow them, I want to see what they're tweeting about, then I need to send a request. So that's the main way to protect your privacy on Twitter. Now you have a couple options if you don't want to protect your tweets. And if you have teenagers, you probably want them to protect their tweets so that you know you have control over who's following them. So for the rest of us that choose not to protect our tweets, we only have a few other options to protect our privacy and control who's following us. So one of the main ways that we can do that is that we can block people from following us. So for example, I'm going to go down the bottom, and this is my business partner, Joe Golden, and say for whatever reason I don't want her following Chaos to Clarity, then I would just click on this gear, then I would scroll down to block Joe Golden, and then I would just block her. And then I have the option to undo that if I made a mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that because she's really not that much of a problem. Now, in the last several months, Twitter has really grown a lot. And part of that growth, unfortunately, is spammers. There's a lot of spammers, and a lot of the spammers are actually adult sites and pornographers. So if you're being spammed by somebody, and Twitter defines spamming as basically unsolicited links and information. So for example, someone who you are not following sends a reply to you and gives you information about their product or whatever their site or whatever they're doing, and you're not following them, that means you didn't want that information. That's considered spam. That's the junk mail for Twitter. So you can mark somebody as a spammer by clicking on the gear and choosing report for spam. So be careful who you report. Make sure they really are spammers, because Twitter, if they keeps track of it, and if you get enough, they get enough reports, they will do something about it, or so they say on their spam page. So that's basically the main ways to control who's seeing your information. So you can protect your privacy, or you can block particular people from seeing your feeds. There is one more option, that if Twitter lists have come out recently, and maybe you've heard all about them, and you have the option to create Twitter lists. So I'm just going to click on listed, and here's the list that we follow, and some of those are lists that we have made private. So we've created a list called Digital Success, and we've kept it private because we haven't really filled it yet. So when you create a list, you have the option to keep it private. So I'm just going to click on edit here, and you can see the screen. So here's our list. It's empty right now, and we have it private. And once we fill it up and we have it the way we want, we'll make it public, but you can just leave your list private forever. So once you make your choice, you update it, and you can go back and forth between public and private. That's your choice. So that's it. There's really not many ways to control your privacy on Twitter. It's very much an open network, so you can change your settings to make them have a private Twitter feed. You can block people that you don't want following you, and then you can keep your list private.